Good day, fellow champions of inclusion. I am Aaron, and this is the Inclusive Dad podcast where we explore inclusion and make it practical. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me in exploring ways we can create a more inclusive world together. You are important, you matter, and you can make a difference. Today, my guest is Zian Chavez. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yep.
Sweet. Why don't you just start us off by just telling me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Zian Chavez. My tagline is "My name is Zian, and I love you." That's been my line since 2012. It started at when I was walking my dog at a dog park, and I would say, "Hi, my name is Zian, and I love you," and the dogs would be like, "Yay, yay!" And so I started using it on humans.
Sure.
And I just want to quickly do a description. I am a light brown human with short shaved hair. Um, I have glasses on the top of my head, and I'm wearing a T-shirt that says "non-binary producer." Um, and I am a Spanish, Indigenous, New Mexican, queer, neurodiverse, and let's see. And I'm an artist, activist. I'm an art therapist. Um, I work for the county, Multnomah County in Portland, Oregon, and I've lived with multiple sclerosis for over 30 years. I walk with a cane, and I also deal with anxiety and depression and a cognitive disorder due to MS and speech impediment due to MS as well. Um, I've lived around the world. I've lived in California, New Mexico, Guam, Hawaii, Spain, England, and Portland, Oregon. And I'm excited to be here with you. And I'm the producer of a documentary called "We Are the Most Beautiful People: Adults with Disabilities." Um, and we've been around the world and seen how the world's treating us, and we're also challenging the notion of beautiful and centering on the real lives of adults with disabilities. We have Ghana, India, Taiwan, Chile, the UK, and all parts of the US. And it's uh, it's a rallying call for equity and dignity and true inclusion across the board, across generations. And I'm really excited that we've had 2 screenings in Portland, Oregon, and we were in the film festival circuit in 2024. We won many prestigious awards, and now we're getting ready to prepare our streaming uh, worldwide access very soon. And so I'm excited about that.
Well, when is it going to be available worldwide?
Soon.
Soon. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So yeah, next week actually, last year we went to I live in Minnesota. We went to a film festival, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is about 3 hours away. But it's put on by a organization called Rare by Design, and it's always disability related films. So that was my first experience going to a film festival. And next week they're actually having, when this is recording next week, we'll be having their second one. So we're going back again, and I'm proud to be a sponsor this year. So yeah,
Nice. It's called
yeah,
Rare by Design.
yep. Called The organization is Rare by Design.
I
They do it
might
every
be
year.
following them, but I'll
Okay,
look into it.
sure.
Definitely. Awesome.
Yeah. But yeah,
Love.
so that was last year was my first time going to a film festival, and it was it was fun because they had like I mean, some are really short films, some are a little bit longer. Nothing like super long because it was the 2 hours and they had a number of films, but it was
Yeah,
interesting having all these different like films I wouldn't normally see, or it was fun.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just looking up some information I brought. I can't find now. Oh no, I know what I'm
That's fine.
doing. Hold on. Yeah. So I'm sorry to interrupt. There you go. We can
Yeah,
talk
it's all
about
good.
inclusion.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, what is your definition of inclusion?
Well, so I want to say, first of all, about inclusion. You know, as humans, we've been here. Disability has been here ever since humans existed. So we're talking a millennia, disability, and so I've been I've been trying to wrap my head around this idea that we're not included, because we have been side by side,
Right.
disabled, non-disabled, or not disabled yet. Have you heard that term?
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
for sure.
I love that. So disabled, not disabled yet. We have been together side by side for over a millennia, and there's still a separation. And so I, I don't understand that, because my head doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So inclusion, so we should be much further than where we are right now, in our existence. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about that, and I talked about that, and our film, We Are the Most Beautiful People, Adults with Disabilities, brings the world's largest minority, persons with disabilities, on screen, crossing borders and cultures to demand dignity, equity, and true inclusion. So inclusion, must be intentionally designed and maintained through specific actions, policies, and practices. Active participation. We need to remove systemic barriers. And we all want a sense of belonging. This is across the globe. We all want to belong. And the fact that we are not included, is so baffling to me. I don't understand that. And so, yes, with this film, um, I would, I want this film to become a movement. And so I'm stamping it with the hashtag disability inclusion revolution. And so I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'll stop
Yeah.
there.
So how did you come up with the idea for the film, or how'd that come about?
So it was 2021, and I was working 1 hour a week online doing art therapy. And there were, in Portland, Oregon, we were having lots of protests against the system. There were like Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, LGBTQI+. And I was recognizing that disability, there was no, I didn't see a disability movement. And so our last biggest movement was when the ADA passed, in the 90s, early 90s, in 1990. And so since then, we haven't had a true movement. And when I realized in 2021 that, where's the disability movement, I started thinking back, in my career, working with adults with disabilities, my entire adult career. I started working with special education. Right. I went to Guam when I was 20 years old. I stayed there 4 years. At the end of it, I was diagnosed with MS. I came back, but then I started working with nonprofits with adults with disabilities.
Mhm.
So fast forward 2021, I'm looking out my window here, and I was like, where are we? Where's, I mean, where are the disability, where's the disability movement? Why, why aren't we being represented?
Right. Yep.
And so, and then in my head, I was like, they are the most beautiful people, because I've worked with them for over 25 years. And I'm
Mhm.
like, they are the most beautiful people. And I want to make a film um, called We Are the Most Beautiful People. Um, what I didn't realize was that I was included in that group, and I really didn't feel comfortable because I didn't, um, because of my disability, I live in chronic pain.
Mhm.
And as someone who lives in chronic pain, uh, beautiful was not in my consciousness. Like, I didn't feel beautiful, because when you're in pain, you feel nothing but beautiful. You're just trying to survive.
Right.
So that was hard. My director, when I asked my director if they wanted to be my director for the film, they said, are you set on the title? And it didn't take a second to think about it. And I said, absolutely, absolutely. I'm not changing that, because it is a stamp. And Dr. Donna Walton in the film, she says, it's an affirming stamp to say we are the most beautiful people.
Mhm.
And and I don't I don't during the process of making it, I was absolutely assured that I made the right decision, because we interviewed over 20 individuals with disabilities, and we heard their take on beautiful. And it is affirming. And I wouldn't have that's, I'm really happy that we settled on, I mean, there was no settling involved. It was just, that's how it was going to be. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to. So in 2021 it came together. And yeah, I forgot where I was going now. Sorry.
So it's all good. So yeah, that's interesting. So how did you find people to interview for the film?
A lot of research.
Okay.
So just tons of research that I did. And then I think when then we started finding one person, we found two, and
Sure.
uh, I wanted to we have Gertrude Fifoame Orfaria from Ghana, and she's from Sight Savers. She is an ambassador at the United Nations. So we have another person, woman from the United Nations, Maria Soledad Cisternas Reyes from Santiago, Chile. She's also connected with the United Nations. So yeah, it was a lot of work.
Wow.
And we have some really amazing humans.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I watched the trailer that's on your website, and I saw Keith Jones on there. I've seen Keith Jones speak and at a conference. It's been probably 15 years ago. So yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
wow,
Keith
so
speak before.
cool. Yes, and
Yeah.
I met Keith Jones a few times. He was here in
Sure.
Portland. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So, like Keith says, there's no include. It's what does he say? Oh God, should have memorized that. But inclusion is there's no inclusion. I'll figure it out by the end of this. Yeah.
I I know what you're talking about because he has like that tagline about something about a fully inclusive movement, or are you talking about that
Right.
one?
Yeah, that one. We're not included. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because he says it. He says it on his posts
Yes, and
online. I
I
see
and
it's
I and I share it too. We are
yeah,
not a fully in, uh, inclusive movement until we are all included, or something like
something
that.
like that. Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's awesome. Um did you find did when you were interviewing people, did you find anything like surprised you or anything kind of jump out that you weren't expecting during the process?
Well, about making the film or the interviews specifically, or either any.
Actually, I mean, I guess either. I'd be interested in knowing like just making the film and then like people were giving you answers maybe that you weren't expecting them to give. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. So we had questions that we sent out,
Okay.
um, and in the interviews, some people. I mean, I'll tell you what we did hear. That we heard stories that um, cannot be unheard. Like so many, so many of these amazing individuals are telling their story, but there's it's like it's there's so many like my director and editor, BA Short, they sorry, excuse me, BA, they would say, there's some great nuggets, because we have all this footage and we're like, oh, there's nuggets. And every single person, there were so many nuggets. We're like, this is like amazing. um we heard this. We also heard stories about real discrimination, and that was so, I mean, we didn't we had no expectations. So, that that's part of my life. I live with MS for over 30 years, and
Hmm.
I don't um I don't have expectations, because that if you have expectations, you're going to either be happy or sad or whatever.
Right. Yep.
If there's no expectations, it's like whatever comes is going to happen.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so um we heard some really strong, sad, powerful um, stories, and it was just an honor to be a witness to them. And
Hmm.
so I'm really excited for the world to see this. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know how big it's going to be, but
Yeah,
I want to tell you it's going to be big.
that's great. Yeah. So yeah, part of my story is I've been to Haiti 3 times. So
Nice.
um I went my daughter Cecilia, she's 22. So when I was going to Haiti, it was about the first time I think was around over 10 years ago. So I was very nervous is probably a good word going down there because I had heard people with disabilities were not treated well in Haiti, like just not well at all. So I was quite worried that I was going to witness things that I didn't know if I was ready to witness. But when I went down there, I didn't really see anybody with disabilities. I went down on a mission trip. So, I mean, I guess I saw that at the orphanage you went to, there was a couple, people with disabilities that were treated well because they were in the orphanage. And then I wanted to go back down again. So I lined up to go on another mission trip, but I also had reached out to somebody I had found who lived in the northern part of Haiti where they have an inclusion school for kids with disabilities to attend, because people with disabilities in Haiti generally don't get to go to school. So they had created this school where, people with disabilities and without could, attend school, get fed, I think 1 or 2 meals a day and then that kind of stuff. So my
Yeah.
second trip, I went flew into Port-au-Prince, was there for a week, and then flew up to the northern part to meet them, and that was just an amazing experience. And just talking with them, it's just, I mean, I kind of had this view like in the US, like we're way ahead, we're more inclusive, blah, blah, blah. And then you go down there and find out that, I mean, it's much more of a, and at least in their area, in their town, it was more like we're a village. Like if you guys need help or if something happens to you, we'll take care of your child
Mhm.
with a disability, and they weren't worried about that. Whereas, in the US, that's, I mean, I have a daughter, and like what's going to happen to her when I'm not around? It's a different situation. It was just interesting to, realize that in the US, yes, we have better healthcare than, they do in Haiti, but there's things that maybe Haiti does better than we do for people with disabilities. So that was, I don't know if you had anything like that where different countries maybe have
Yeah,
things that might be better than here.
well, in the research, indigenous countries worldwide, so have a different take on disability,
Okay.
because they are automatically included into the tribe, no
Sure.
matter what. There's no divide. There's always inclusion, and so and um, that was from all the indigenous
Mhm.
research, and that and we as a society can learn from indigenous cultures
Right.
about how they um, accept you as you are, and
Mhm.
so that is missing in cultures worldwide. And
Mhm.
I'm happy you brought it up, because I mean, it is there's so many cultures that still view disability as a weakness, as
Mhm.
maybe something from a past life, maybe
Mhm.
bad karma, whatever
Yep.
it is, um, and that's still present today
Sure.
in this
Yep.
day of time, unfortunately. So in our research, we didn't find one that was way better and way
Yeah.
worse.
Yep.
They're all around the same,
Yeah.
um, and and but we can learn. The one thing I learned after interviewing more than 20 people is that we are a force. We are stronger together,
Mhm.
and we are like over 60 billion people strong. And
Mhm.
I mean, we can, if 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 we want to change the world, we can.
Right.
We have the power, and I mean, that's doesn't not even talking about people with disabilities know how to get things done,
Mhm.
because we're told to go this way, but that way is blocked. So we know that we have to go another way to get it
Yep.
done. And so there's barriers all the time, and it's I think it's Leroy Moore Jr. said something today too that was really cool. Let me see. He said, "We people with disabilities around the world, we need to get the word inclusion out of our vocabulary. We have been here since Moses. Um, so it's not about inclusion, it's about liberation. We have everything we need. Um, but well, I didn't capture it all. But I
Mhm.
mean, he's saying along the same lines that we've been talking
Right.
about. I mean, we've been here forever,
Yeah.
and we have to look at it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it must have been in the trailer that I watched. There was a gentleman sitting at a desk with like shoes all around behind him, and he said something like you just mentioned about like he's very he's good at figuring stuff out because he has to all the time. I don't remember his name. That
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
the example, but
that was Ryan Hudson Peralta. He's from
okay.
Detroit. Yeah,
Yep.
he has no hands, no arms, and no legs. I mean, I'm sorry, he has legs, but um, he he's a, I don't know what he identifies as, but yeah,
Yep.
and he's awesome. He's incredible as well.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the, I don't, I mean, I can't say anything. There's nothing bad to
Yeah.
say about anyone in our documentary, but every single person I love and I honor and respect dearly.
Mhm. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. How do you think we can use empathy to be more inclusive?
Well, I want to see what I wrote on that one because I wrote something. That's right. So I said, disability can happen to anyone at any
Yep.
time. And how we react to disability is individual to us. We can go towards the disability or we can turn away from it. And what was I going to say about that? As a what we can do as a society is embrace each of our different lived experiences with respect, acceptance, and compassion. And disability is not a dirty word. We So putting yourself into another person's worldview, what I've learned is that the world, the world, and I
Mhm.
haven't met everyone in the world, but I mean, as a society, um, people are scared of disability.
Mhm.
They're afraid of it. They don't want to talk about it. And you know, I'm going to say this about my dad, and I love my dad, and I know he tries to be a good father, but and he's a good father. But I talked to him when I was making this film, and I said, "How many times? So how many times have you said the word multiple sclerosis?" Um, and he said, maybe 3 times. And I said, I've lived with MS over 30 years, and so he's a prime example that, they want to skirtail around the issue, and they don't want to, even if it's their own
Mhm.
blood, people are afraid to talk about disability. And it could be that they're afraid to getting a disability themselves, having that happen. um, and I understand that. I mean, yeah, it's scary, but it's, I'm, it's, I'm sad, and it sucks that we have to still be talking about this,
Right.
because I mean, it's 2025 and we're still saying, disability is not a bad word. We walk side by side with you,
Yeah.
and so I'm exhausted. Yeah. So empathy does play a role, but that's the hardest role. They don't want to put themselves in our shoes, and I mean, I don't know what to say about that other than I I dare you to be in our shoes, and I think you'll learn something, and you might be surprised. It might be amazing to be bewildered, to be amazed at how we go through this world, and I think I invite able-bodied persons to try to empathize with us. Yeah.
What is one tip you can share to help the listeners be more inclusive today? So there's something anybody can start doing to be more inclusive.
Well, I think, don't walk if you see someone in a wheelchair with a cane, don't shy away, don't walk across the street, don't turn a blind eye. Try to look us in the eye, try to say hi. Those are something so small that you can break out of your shell, try something new, and just say hi to someone with a disability. We're not gonna bite you, and disability is not contagious. And in fact, we're pretty awesome. So try, yes, you can reach out and invite them to be on the table. That's very important as well. But the smallest thing you can do is just smile, and not turn away, and just just be kind.
That is great. Great reminders for sure.
Yeah.
Where's the best place for people to find you and connect with you?
Yes, so you can please follow us. Please follow our film on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at We're the Most Beautiful People, and at we are the most beautiful people.com. I would love it. And tell your friends, about this amazing film. Please share it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Ready for the last question?
Oh no, what is it?
I don't think I sent you this one, so I don't know if you know this.
Okay.
Do you like spam lunch meat? Yes or no?
No,
Wow, that
I'm
was really.
vegan.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
No. However, I do have spam. I lived in Guam for 4 years, and
Okay.
spam is very popular there.
Okay.
So I'm going to say no because I'm vegan. There you go.
Yeah, I asked that question because I live near Austin, Minnesota, where they make spam and where the spam museum is located. So I've been asking everybody just to see what their answers are. That might have been the strongest no I've ever gotten.
Yes. Oh my God, run away.
Yeah, but yeah, I know a lot of people have said they've been to Hawaii, and there's a lot of spam in Hawaii too, so people like it
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
I live there too. Yeah.
it's probably the same reason from the World War II or whichever one it was, I think,
Yeah,
when all the troops were there and all that stuff. So
yeah.
awesome. Well, I thank you so much for being on the show. I look forward to watching the film when it's released so everybody can watch it.
Yes, thank you, Aaron, for having me. This was fun, and have a great day.
Yeah. To those listening, thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. It is truly an honor. Please join the podcast newsletter by clicking on the link in the episode description to keep up with the latest episodes. Together, we can make the world more inclusive. Until next time, stay empowered and be a champion for inclusion.
Bye.